UFC Fight Night, Peter Yan versus Figueiredo is going to be live this Saturday in China, bro. So this is going to be a great card. A lot of this card is filled with Chinese fighters, you know what I'm saying? Some of these Chinese fighters, bro, you know, hear me out, bro. Hear me out, bro. Some of them are good, you know what I'm saying? Some of them look good, you get me. Real bad man, bro. I'm a real bad man. But, you know, this card is going to be good. The main event's great. This card is a big fight for both fighters. I think both fighters need this fight. In a lot of senses. I feel like Peter Yan needs it to prove that, like, you know what, Yadong was good. I didn't just beat him because he wasn't ready. I could beat someone like Figgy, who's a veteran, who's been in this game, and this is gonna prove to Figgy that, you know what, I can hang with these other bantamweights. It doesn't just gotta be like these older guys or these like people who people low-key think are overrated. I can hang with the best of the best, which is Peter Yan. So we're gonna talk about this card, mostly the main card, because that's what I actually know about. Everyone else is kind of like mid, and everything else I don't really know much about them. But let's start off with the main event. Of course, Peter Yan versus Figueiredo. 17-5 is Peter Yan's record. 24-3-1 is Figgy's record. When you actually look at Figgy, bro, and realize he only lost 3 times, and like twice, or like majority of it was to Moreno, and there's some draws in there because of Moreno. This guy's nasty, bro, and he's not really accustomed to losing very often. Peter Yan kind of similar, but Peter Yan is 1-3 in his last 4 fights, which is kind of crazy. But he lost to the Aljamain Sterling. That's a good fighter. Sugar Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili, all former champions who he lost to. You know, did he really lose a Sugar fight? You know what I'm saying? Dude, I don't know, bro. All I'm going to say is Sugar didn't look too cowabunga in that fight, bro. It wasn't giving gnarly, dude. You know, dude, Sugar just wasn't delivering. I thought Peter Yan won that fight pretty clearly. Honestly, I feel like Yan's going to get that win back in blood. Trust me, Yan never lost to Sugar, and it will not, and you won't lose if they rematch again. But, yeah, Figgy is riding a 3-fight win streak compared to Peter Yan being 1-3 in his last fights. But the thing is, when Figgy's going against these bantamweights, like, people like, fucking Cody Garbrandt, like not really in his prime, you know, Rob Font, you know, his last one against Cheeto, people think are great, but I've been saying on his channel and it's so long, I just don't think Cheeto Vera is all that good. I never thought he was all that good. He just got blessed with his title shot after beating like an old man or some shit. So like, listen, Cheeto's not as good as he seems, but then again, Figgy's beating them pretty nicely, you know, he's showing good grappling, good wrestling. But now going against Peter Yan, who has good wrestling, don't get me wrong, I know you're gonna be like, oh dude, but Merab Aura maxed him. Merab maxed him against the cage, dude, you know, which, you know, it is what it is. But I feel like Merab could do that to a select few people because it's Merab. Figgy can't do what Merab does. He can't just wrestle and shoot 50 takedown attempts on Peter Yan. It's just not happening. I don't think Figgy has the endurance for that. I don't think Figgy has the fortitude and the mindset of Merab. Merab's just very different. Merab's not a normal human being. That being said, I feel like this fight is going to be a mix of wrestling and striking. Like I said, Peter Yan could do that, and this is like one of the few times Peter Yan's not the shorter fighter in a fight. 5'7" to 5'5". Figgy is a really small guy, and I feel like Peter Yan's he's gonna impose some dominance in this fight. I think he's gonna high guard it, get close, and in 1-2s. I think he might light up Figgy a lot, and then Figgy's gonna be shooting. But Peter Yan's gonna just demonstrate some good takedown defense, keep it standing, maybe implement some trips onto Figgy as he's piecing him up. Because once Figgy thinks it's a boxing match and trying to land his big shots, because trust me, when Figgy throws, he throws everything into his punches, which leaves him overextended into like, and just easy to counter. That's how I see when I see Figgy fight. Throws a lot of looping shots, which is why Moreno had some success against him, counter punching. And I think Peter Yan's the best striker in UFC today and arguably UFC history. I've said this before. People call me crazy for it before. Listen, Peter Yan been in there with the best strikers, from Corey Sandhagen to Sugar Sean O'Malley to Jose Aldo to Song Yadong, and every single one of them he outstruck, bro. It's just a fact. I feel like he's more tested against good strikers. Figgy is not going to be ready for Peter Yan. Of course, I think the strength advantage, like, Figgy's surprisingly strong still at this weight class, even though he went up from flyweight. He's still showing good strength, you know, so I don't know. The strength advantage might be, who knows, but I think Peter Yan's also a pretty solid, strong guy. Sometimes he just gets overwhelmed with pressure and wrestling. Not just wrestling, but pressure and wrestling. Figgy does have pressure, or he had a lot more pressure in flyweight. You look at some of his other recent fights against like Cheeto, you see Cheeto being on the front foot, you know what I'm saying, and Figgy kind of being the back foot. You know, even with the Rob Font fight, it was like Figgy's pressure that he had in flyweight is not quite there. Does he still have good pressure if needed? Yeah, for the early rounds. I just feel like he'll gas out, and this is a 5-round fight. Peter Yan has been 5 rounds with like people like Aljamain Sterling with a good grappling base and decent striking, you know what I'm saying? So Peter Yan has some like 5-round experience. So does Figgy at a lighter weight class though, and I feel like the weight, if his body carrying extra weight over the course of 25 minutes might be a little different, so you never know. But overall, I feel like it'd be safer to say Peter Yan's probably going to get this done. I do think Peter Yan by decision. I feel like Peter Yan's going to go in there. He's going to impose his Yan aura. You know what I'm saying? All the Yan cells in the world are going to be ecstatic after this win. I feel like people said if Figgy wins, should he get a title shot? I suppose it wouldn't be horrible. I know Umar just beat Corey Sandhagen. 50-45 them, and he probably should get it, but it looks like Merab doesn't want to fight him. I'm pulling like a little Alex Perez situation. If Alex Perez can get away with it, you know, like ducking Ink alive, I'm sure Merab can. I know Dana White's really a little like Dana White's really pressing for that fight. He's like, no. Merab's gonna fight Umar because you can tell Dana does not like. He doesn't like Merab. Like, you're allowed to duck and dive fights if you're John Jones and Alex Pereira to Dana White. But if you're someone Dana White doesn't really care about, or like he feels like you're not making him a lot of money, he's gonna call you on your bullshit. So yeah, I think if Merab ends up ducking the Umar fight, he has to fight Figgy, which I feel like Merab will beat Figgy a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? Merab won't struggle with Figgy like that. And if Peter Yan wins, it's like he already fought Merab and that shit. I don't know. And like I don't know what Yan. I guess Yan wants a title fight after this. I suppose. Like, why wouldn't you want a title fight? But it's against a guy who shot 50 takedowns against you. And it depends how Yan would look in this fight for me to even decipher if he has a chance of beating Merab this time around, because Merab's style is very overwhelming, isn't it, bro? It's crazy. So it'll be interesting. But like I said, it is what it is, and I feel like Yan's gonna still get the best of Figgy in this fight. So that's my official prediction. Peter Yan by decision, my friend. Next up, co-main events. Okay, you know what's interesting about this co-main event, chat? 18-4, 11-2, 11-2. Tabitha Rich, are you really 11-2? Coming off a win against Angela Hill. She didn't win that fight. I watched that fight. I was in awe. I thought it was clear 2-1. Angela Hill. And before that, she also won a fight against Tisha Pennington, Tisha Torres, whatever you know her by. She didn't beat Tisha Pennington. She lost that fight as well. A lot of the fights she's winning, like, she's not really winning. It's a little bit interesting, and I feel like it's a little bit sus. I think she's just getting pretty privileged, bro. She looks good. Hey, listen, she looked good to me. You know, I'll probably do the same shit. But my point is, she's not really winning these fights. Like, she's coming off this much win streak. No, you're not. Her last loss, I believe, was against Lupi Godinez. Damn, nigga, can you talk, Kenny? Lupi Godinez, who's like the Mexican fighter who was tough, and that was her last loss. I feel like, but Tabitha Ricci does have a really good win in Julia Robertson. I believe that was 2013 when she beat her. That was a good win because that redhead could wrestle, and Tabitha Ricci was getting the best of her in the wrestling exchanges. But since then, Tabitha Ricci just hasn't been actually winning fights, but she's been winning fights. You know what I'm saying? So Yan Jiangnan had a great fight with Zhang Wei Li. You know what I'm saying? Went the distance, even though I ain't gonna lie, she got knocked out in that fight. Submitted in that fight and beat by decision, but I'll be real, she was actually a dog. She was giving Wei Li like a hard little fight, even though Wei Li won clearly. Yang Jianao never gave up on herself. She kept fighting through it, and like I said, Yan has wins over Andrade, has wins over Mackenzie Dern. She has some good wins. She's just not that active. She's not overly active, but not a lot of strawweights are wickedly active, I feel like. But honestly, this fight's going to be close. I'm curious to see the odds. The odds aren't even available on the website, but I think this fight's going to be close. But like I said, the fact that Tabitha Ricci's actually riding this win streak, but she's not really winning, and now she's going against a tough person. I don't know. I don't know if this is a co-main, so I don't know if it's 5 rounds or 3 rounds. But if it's 5 rounder, it's no brainer Yan Jiangnan. If it's a 3 round, it would be closer because the judges might rob Yan if she won, but I'm gonna say Yan is gonna win this fight. I do think Yan by decision probably. She's just a marauder. Tabitha Ricci's good, but she gets caught too much, and sometimes her wrestling is just She's good though. She's strong. She's powerful. She's 5'1". Yan Jiangnan is 5'5", so the height difference is gonna be there too. For Yan, she's gonna have the reach and height, so it'll be interesting. I do think Yan Jiangnan gonna get it done because Tabitha Ricci's kind of fluky. She just looked good though. You know what I'm saying? Baby Shark do you get me, bro? Real bad man, bro. You know what I'm saying? She put me in a room with her, bro. I'm raising that up in like 2 seconds. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say too much. You know what I'm saying? I know she like, isn't she dating that like Ireland boxer, the Irish boxer? Conor McGregor wanna be in it. Yeah, I'll chin that fraud. Anyways, but yeah, Tabitha Ricci, she looked good, but she's still not as good as you guys make it out to be. And Yan Jiangnan, in her last press conference, she was dripped out. You know what I'm saying? So she just got some unwritten order that people don't really mention about her enough. So I do got her winning Tabitha Ricci. Tabitha Ricci's good, but she's not good enough to win, my friend. All right. Now this fight is interesting. We got Song Canan versus Muslim Salikov. Now both guys are you know what I'm saying? The records don't do either like justice. I feel like 21-8 for Song. Even though Song's he's tough, he's a worthy competitor. He did drop Ian Gary. Don't forget that he dropped him on the feet. And then Muslim Salikov, who's really good, 20-5. But like he I feel like his weakness is his chin. Of course, he lost to some good people in like Randy Brown, etc., etc. But like in a lot of fights he loses, he's getting chin. He's coming off a win. I believe it was against Santiago. Song Canan's also coming off a win. So they're both coming off of wins. They both don't look, but like Song Canan never beat anyone decent. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. So this one's interesting though because Muslim Salikov's biggest weakness is his chin. Song Canan has crazy power. It's interesting in that aspect. I don't even what would the odds even be in this fight? Okay, they have Muslim as a slight favorite. Interesting. Like I said, I do think Muslim is a little bit more proven. It's like he beat like names, like people like names we could actually recognize compared to Song Canan, who's beating fucking no hairline, having people on the street. So that being said, bro, Muslim Salikov, I think he might get it done by decision. by decision. I wouldn't be surprised if someone gets finished. If someone does get finished, it's more likely to be Muslim Salikov. But like I said, getting finished by Randy Brown and some of these other strikers that Muslim's losing to, they're not bad. And like the Randy Brown finish came pretty quick. So like I said, Muslim Salikov, he's still good. So is Canan, but Canan's more known for his like durability and toughness rather than like him just being an absurdly talented fighter or talented striker. I feel like Muslim Salikov could strike and could wrestle if needed. I've seen him wrestle earlier in his career. Doesn't really wrestle as much lately, but I know he still has that to fall back on if needed, bro. Does he really need to? Who knows? For this fight, he might have to mix it up a little bit. Canan, like I said, is dangerous, tough, durable, and is going to come guns a-blazing. So I do have Muslim Salikov, but this is going to be a good, interesting fight. But yeah, it might be a good fight. We'll see. We'll see if Muslim Salikov's chin holds up, but I couldn't tell you. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Now, the next fight. Yo, my baby girl. The 6-0 Wang Cong, the Joker, bro. The Joker, bro. Like, chat. Versus Gabriella Fernandez. We don't care about you, little bro. Chat, look at her. She looked good. You know what I'm saying, chat? Like, she looked real good. Like, y'all probably like, who was I glazing at the start? It was Wang Cong, the Joker, bro. Just look at that face, man. Matter of fact, now play the cue the music. Real bad man. But yes, the point of the matter is, listen, I might be crushing on her, whatever. Who cares, nigga? Like, at the end of the day, she gonna go in there and she gonna brutally knock out this Gabriella Fernandez girl. It's funny, this Gabriella girl is 9-3, but she's 1-2 in the UFC, coming off her last win against like some split decision BS or something. She's not good. She's just in there to get knocked out by my, my baby girl. Real bad man, bro. Y'all know how I am. But like, listen. I really just think she's a lamb to the slaughter. Like, she has no aura, the Gabriella Fernandez, and then Wang Cong is just an aura infested demon. Look at her, 6-0, coming off a knockout win, and she actually knocked the shorty out. And people don't be knocking no one out at flyweight in women's division, but she's doing that. She's 6-0. 4 of those were finishes, 2 submissions, 2 finishes, 2 knockouts, and then 2 that went to distance. This won't be one of those that go to distance. I'm telling you, Wang Kong's gonna finish this fraud pretty easily. So yeah, I'm rooting for Wang Cong. That's my baby girl, and it is what it is. You get me? Real Batman, bro. You get me? This next fight is very interesting. Volkan Oezdemir versus Carlos Ulberg. Carlos Ulberg is 11-1, bro. Riding a 6-fight win streak. All those coming by finish. I think 1 submission, the rest knockouts. Dude, he's nasty. He's tough. New Zealand. City kickboxing-esque. Going against Volkan Oezdemir. Now, I want to point out something. Since 2019, the only people Volkan Oezdemir really lost to, by the way, was Magomed Ankalaev, Yuri Prochazka. Just losing to top names. Like, I feel like he's losing to, like, good people. And he's also beating some decent people like Guskov. He beat Johnny Walker, you know what I'm saying? He's getting some decent wins under his belt. Like, he's he's battle tested. He's tough. He's a juggernaut. And Ulberg likes to get people out of there in the first round. And this is the thing. This is Carlos Ulberg's first step up in comp. Yes, he came off a win off of Alonzo Menningfield, his last one, I believe. Alonzo Menningfield, Volkan Oezdemir. 2 different fighters in so much different ways. Volkan Oezdemir is way more, he's just way more impressive, way more skilled, a better striker, in my opinion, stronger striker, can mix it up if needed. Carlos Ulberg is the big favorite. I want to see what the odds are. Yeah, Carlos Ulberg's a pretty big favorite, and it's funny that he's a big favorite, that big, but he's not going to win the fight. I don't think Carlos Ulberg's going to win the fight. Listen, I could be underestimating him, which could be that could be a possibility, but I know Volkan Oezdemir is battle tested, he's tough, he's hungry, and I feel like Ulberg might start strong, might even have Volkan in a compromised position, but I feel like overall Oezdemir is going to find the path to victory and beat him. Oezdemir's been looking good. Like I said, he's a good fighter. You guys are just sleeping on him. He's very tough. He's very pressure forward. Ulberg's he's a technical striker. He's tough. He's strong, but I know if Ulberg finds a way to win this, Alex Perez is going to call him out. Oh, he's 7-fight win streak. All finished. This guy's nasty, dude. Rock on, dude. But I do think Oezdemir is going to be the guy to halt that. And I feel like people are sleeping on Oezdemir, man. And I understand the hype behind Carlos Ulberg. Don't get me wrong. Very talented fighter, very good. But Oezdemir and his bald, brolicky head is the guy to derail him. And I really believe Volkan Oezdemir will derail him. So I do have Volkan Oezdemir winning this fight by TKO, probably in like the 2nd or 3rd round. I'll be surprised if Carlos Ulberg starts getting battered and like weathers the storm and wins the fight or something. Oezdemir might even wrestle fuck him to a decision. That's also a possibility. But either way, no matter what way I slice the cake and look at this fight, if Oezdemir gets out the first round surviving, I do think he wins this fight. So my official prediction is Oezdemir by TKO or points, 100%. Don't sleep on my boy. I'm telling y'all right now, this is sleeper pick. This is an underdog pick of the night, bro. 225. Cash those checks, boy. Make some bread. You get me, bro. Real bad, man, bro. All right. And the last main card fight, Mingyang versus Aussie Diaz. First of all, Look at this, bro. Why is your picture? Why is your picture black and white? Why are you 0-1 and why are you making a UFC debut? I know this card's in China, so when you see shit like this, chat, just know that the Chinese person is supposed to be, they want to hype him up to be something good, a prospect. I don't even know who Zhang Mingyang is, but the name's cool. But I don't know what the odds are, but I'm sure this guy's a -1,000 favorite or something. Not even available because they don't want to embarrass this guy. This guy in his black and white 1942 picture, he's not going to win. He's not going to have a chance. Probably going to get knocked out by the Chinese guy, I'll be real. Yeah, just trying to hype up another star because the fight card's in China. And as far as the prelims, I'm not even going to say my predictions for any one of these fights because who the hell are these? I don't know shit. Bro, matter of fact, listen. Just go for the South Korean. Here, go for who looks better. Go for the Chinese woman on the right. The Mongolia. Okay, go for the Mongolian against the United States guy. Go for the England guy because he looked kind of Asian. Go for the Chinese. Oh, wait, Chinese versus Vietnam. I don't know. Fucking go for the Chinese guy, and then go for just go for China. If you see China or anyone Chinese, go for that. But those are my official predictions, bro. Like I said, I don't know too much about the prelims, but the main card's low-key slept on. It's low-key fire. Maybe there's gonna be some fun fights on the prelims. Even though we don't know their names, I'm sure they're gonna bring it and try to like get some importance, get some stock rise, especially the natives who are fighting out of China in that card. But that's it for me. Let me know what you think about these predictions. I think I cooked, but that's it for me, man. And God bless. 2, 3, 4.